Hello, hello.
Hello. Good
Hi
afternoon,
guys,
teacher.
good afternoon, Judith.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Hey, Guadalupe, good afternoon to you. Jasmine, good afternoon. Hi, Gloria, good afternoon.
Hi, teacher. Good afternoon. Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon.
guys.
I was about to ask who's 94112. That's Gloria.
Okay.
Yes, you don't have a name yet.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you. I
Okay.
think there is many how do you say hay personas aquí? Se me olvidó.
People?
Se me olvidó de no pude recordar cómo decir no hay más personas aquí.
There are no more people over here?
Oh, yes.
I mean, in your place, in your house?
Yes, in this class, I
Oh,
think.
yeah. Yeah,
Es,
we have.
a veces es difícil recordar.
Yeah, sometimes just we block.
Yes.
We block our minds. I say, well, I know this word, but I can't remember.
Yes.
All right, good. Jessica is also here. Felix is here too. Thank you, Felix. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine too.
Great. Good to know. How was your week, guys? How was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Yes?
Well, I sleep much.
I slept. Past tense?
Slept.
Yes. Good. Great. Okay, thank you for being here on time. It's 4:34 and we're going to start, well, we're going to finish lesson D of unit 6. I have good news and bad news for you. Well, let me first write down the date. Today is Monday, Manic Monday. Yes?
Teacher, the exam is in this week?
Yes, I have news for you.
I don't know. No, I don't.
You don't
I forgot.
remember?
Yes. ¿Desde qué unidad, teacher?
Yes, let me write it first. Let me give you the information.
Okay, thank you.
So today we are going to try to finish lesson D. Yesterday we were well, first unit 6. Remember, exam is every 3 units, right? We had the exam of unit 1, 2, and 3. Now we have 4, 5, and 6. We will finish today. So that means we have some noise on the back. Let me see. Unit 6, lesson D, the last one. Remember, lesson D is about reading and writing. So news are, according to my monthly planner, or we have exam tomorrow. If we finish lesson D today, if we don't, we'll try to finish tomorrow the first minutes, and then we will have the exam. So remember, the exam is about 4, 5, and 6. So that's gonna be easy. Same 50 questions. You have some questions like three or 2 questions about reading and about listening. The same like the last time. You just need to follow, you need to check or to double check your book, check your notes, your homework, your workbook, and pay attention exactly to the grammar part. So that's on the exam. So if you have any questions, yes, of course, you have to let me know. We will try to finish today, as I said, but there's no rush. We can do it. Maybe I hopefully I have it exam. I have the exam program for tomorrow. Okay. For the rest of you who haven't delivered or haven't sent your homework yet, please do so you can get more extra points. That 20%, as I have always, as I have been telling you, they help you a lot. Even though you are low on the exam, the 20% help you a little bit more. But the opposite, if you are good in the exam, you don't make your homework, you go down. All right? So last time, remember, I tried to get you more of the average, more than 8. The minimum is 8 to pass the 3 units. If you fail the 3 units, I mean, you have less than 8, of course, you have to repeat it. But this is, you don't have to, you are doing your job. Your job is to be here, to pay attention, to participate, to do your homework. So that's the most important, right? And try to get a good score on the test. That's why you need to review your notes, your homework, and everything. All right, we were here last time, yesterday. I don't know if you have any questions before we continue about the exam.
No, teacher, for thank you. It's okay.
All right. Anybody else?
No question, teacher. Thank
All
you.
right. It's
No,
also very,
teachers.
yes, it's also very important to be here on time, at least 5 minutes late. That's the most. You're working, you're in school or anything, just let me know. Okay? So that's the only thing, communication. So we practiced this last time. We practiced this conversation, short conversations. You do it in teams, right? Do you remember? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Aide, I have a new student. I have a new student today. Her name is Aide. Hello, Aide. Can you please introduce yourself to the rest of the students? Aide? Where are you right now?
I'm on the street. Actually, I'm working.
But there's too
Oh,
much
no, it's
noise.
there is. I'm using headphones, so I don't know if you heard.
Well, we can hear you, but there's too much noise. Just introduce yourself, please, to the rest of your classmates.
Am I there? And I'm here.
All right. Can you hear me, Aide? Hello, Aide?
Can you hear?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Sorry,
All
I'm
right.
actually on the street, and there's a lot of stuff.
All right, just pay attention for now. Pay attention. Whenever you get home and you're in a quiet place, please let me know.
Okay.
All right? So no problem, just pay attention to the class. Thank you, Aide.
Okay.
All right, here we go. It's a new student, so please, she's gonna join us later because I think she's working or something. She's in the street right now. All right. This is also speaking practice, the role playing. And we have to finish this lesson today. right? The topic about this reading. Um, when you do many things at the same time, okay, let me close the book. Close your books too, please. When you do, like when you are cooking, when you are, how to say, doing the dishes, you know, the washing the glasses, and you're cooking, maybe you are on the phone. How do you call that in English? I mean, like you can do many things at the same time. Maybe you have your laundry is on the machine and it's working. You are cooking. You are on the phone. You have your kids. There is a word. There is a word for that. Anybody knows? Does anybody know the word for that? When you do many things at the same time? For example, say it again.
I got to go.
No,
No?
no. Well, let me give you a clear example. I am not talking about, well, it could be a verb. Yes, it is a verb. For example, when I was living in the United States, I used to work there in a French restaurant as a server, as a waiter. But sometimes I used to be pay attention to the computer. Then I have, okay. Aide, I need to close your microphone. Okay. So as I was saying, you have to do many things at the same time. That when you are on the phone, you are in the computer, you are writing, there is a word for that. I'm gonna write it here for you. Like, let me see. Gloria, can you do many things at the same time?
Yes, teacher.
Like how? Example.
Example, with I cook, I laundry my laundry
You
my
do,
my brothers.
uh-huh.
Yeah, and how do you say atiendo mi escuela?
Yes.
Uh, and oh, sorry, teacher.
Yeah, whatever you can say, whatever you can do. So
Okay.
you cook.
You cook, you laundry, and call the telephone and send emails and others activities es a veces is
Sometimes.
sometimes it's very difficult because I have many activities.
Right, but you can do them at the same time, like, you know, like cooking, taking care of your school, on the phone, or anything. What about you, Jasmine? Can you do many things like that at the same time?
Yes, teacher. For example, in the morning, I have to make breakfast, and at the same time, I'm washing my clothes, and
You do
I'm
the laundry.
answering my, yes, working, with my
Uh-huh.
laundry, and sometimes I need to answer my cell phone because my students, they are making a lot of questions, and it's very difficult, teacher. I'm explaining to my children their homework too, teacher.
All right. Well,
A lot
remember,
of things.
yeah, it's a challenge but sometimes people can do it well, like many things at the same time, and you focus on everything, right? Like you have to pay attention to everything, watching your kids, you are doing the laundry at the same time, you are cooking, maybe some of them it's doing homework, you are helping them with homework, etc.
Yes.
So there is a word for that. There is a word for that. It's called multitasking. Multi or multi, you know, different task, right? You know what a task is. A task is, right? Something that you have to do, like an assignment. All right, we have new people. Well, no new people, you were late, but you're here. Diane, Lucia.
Hi, teacher. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Okay, less is more. That's the topic. Do you understand what it means? Less is more. Anybody? Do you know what it means? Less is more.
What is teacher? Me?
Yes. Yes. Do you know the meaning of this? Less is more.
Eh,
Don't tell,
menos es más.
don't tell me in Spanish. Less is
Sorry.
more. Less is more. Can you explain that to me in your words?
Eh, for example, when you mm, do the activity shirt and oh teacher
Try, try. It's just patient.
and when you do the activity shirt and 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 many much
When you do the activities in many,
chess
Oh,
no, I don't understand.
or
for
teacher
example, teacher,
Yes.
when I have a small activity, but in that moment I need to do 4 or 5 activities more at the same time.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, but what does that have to do with less is more? Well, I think this is related when you say less is more about quality. But let's read this, please. This is the first question I asked you at the beginning, right? Do you ever multitask? Multitask is the verb. Some people say multitask or multitask.
teacher the task is when when you have many activities For
Mhm.
example, when going to work, attend. How do you say atender? O sea, attend.
No.
No, what is?
Give me the context. What you're trying to say. That's what I explained at the beginning, multitask or multitask.
How?
When you do many things at the same time, like maybe you're working. Let's say I am working, right? I am in the computer right now, but I am cooking dinner, right? Then I am doing laundry at the same time. Then I have to be, let's see, I have to be paying attention to my books for my next class, and I have to write something. I have to plan the lesson. So you're doing things at the same time. So that means multitask. Like what kind of things do you do at the same time? Is multitasking a good thing to do? Felix, do you think multitasking is something good or not?
Multitasking.
Yes, multitasking is what I just explained.
Well, it's good.
It's good. Why?
Mm, because mm, because it's easier.
It's easier to do many things
Yes.
at the same time. Well, you save time, right? When you
Yeah.
do many things, of course, it's because you need to do them and you don't have time, right? Especially like what I mentioned. Let's see, give me Gibran, are you there?
Hi, teacher.
Hi. Can you give me an example of multitasking? Something that
Mm,
you do in your job, in your family, or in your home, at home.
mm, for me, multitasking is sometimes it's very stressful.
Yes. Why?
Or um, cook, I go to work, I send emails, I take classes.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes it's stressful, as you say, because why? Because you have to do many things, and thus sometimes you don't have options, right? You don't have a choice, but only to do them, right? Lucia, what's your opinion about multitasking? Do you think it's good?
It
For
depends,
me,
teacher. Some people, it's positive to think to make so many things, and it depends about quality and amount, how you make the things.
All right. It depends on, not about. Depends on.
Okay. Yeah, you can do many things, but if you do the things bad and it's not correct,
Right, right, correct.
yeah, yeah,
That's true. If you want to do something, of course, they have to be right.
yeah,
Because sometimes you have many things to do, and at the end, You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Less is more. That's why maybe you do just one
Yeah.
thing or two things, but you do them correctly and it's more quality, right?
Yeah.
That's what it means. Okie
Yes,
dokie.
teacher.
So we have a block. We already talked what a block is. So you need to find the answer. You will need to read. You need to skim. Remember the word, the verb to skim. Right? When you look for general idea about the reading. It's when you, let's say you go to Facebook and you want to see something interesting, right? And you open your Facebook and you start like reading fast. Oh, this is interesting. And you stop there. It's like skimming. That's what it means to skim. You read everything, but you don't see anything interesting. Or you read something, let's say you find an article and you try to find what it's about. You don't read the whole article, maybe letter by letter, but you know what it's about. Okay, in this section, in this part, you have to read the blog. What does it say about multitasking? That's what you have to find. This is the question. So for that, you need to skim. But you need to use your own words. Not what it says here letter by letter. You have to give me your explanation. This is not about reading like, with the introduction of various technologies into our everyday lives. It's about reading comprehension, trying to understand the article. So that should be the first question. What does it say about multitasking? What we are talking about right now. This article, you need to respond the answer, skimming, skimming the article, or skimming the reading, skimming the blog, let's say. This is a blog. So no, it's not a big reading. The name is The Art and Science of Doing Less and Achieving More, right? That's what it means. Less is more, quality. Sometimes you do less, but you do them better than try to do like 6 things at the same time. But some people are good. Uh, Especially when it refers to work, right? Okay, try to find the answer of this question. What does it say about multitasking? Try to find it here. Skimming, like a machine. Start reading, and then you find it here. Give me your opinion, your idea. Yes, clear? It's easy. Like if I give you a magazine, let's say TV Notas. What does it say about Carlos Rivera? And you start reading, right? There is a note, short, but you do it in Spanish, the same you can do it in English. Like summarizing. Summarizing es sintetizando o resumiendo. Resumiendo sería. Yes? Do you understand the exercise? The assignment? Yes or no? Remember, this is reading
Yes,
comprehension. Reading comprehension is the last lesson of the unit. So this, in the test, remember on the exam, you have the same, right? You have a paragraph and then it makes you questions. The first question is the general idea. What does the paragraph says about? And then it has scanning. They have specific questions about the paragraph, like the year or the name or anything. Okay, I would like you to work in teams so you can help each other, please. Let's see, we have, yes. Please try to help each other and find the answers. You will go into teams, in teams. All right, go ahead, please.
Que no le queda ahí por el colegio. Peligro que no vaya. Yo voy a ser su marido de mi hija.
Hello, Aide. Aide? Aide? Aide, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. Yes. What's your situation? I think they told me from the school. Have you been in Touchstone 3 before? Or this is your first time taking English classes in this school?
No. At this school, yeah, it's the first time.
All right. So Mari from the school told me that you needed, maybe you won't be here all the time, but you need to get updated with the last units. So right now we are working on unit 9. That's the last one. I mean, unit 6. So we have done, we took one test that was from unit 1 to 3. They did the exam. And now this is gonna be the second exam that is tomorrow. Well, today is your first day, but you need to keep the lessons before. Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You might need extra work. So the only way I can do that is to test you, to do an exam to you about the first exam and the second exam. I think placement test, right? Are you there?
Yes.
You have a placement test before. Did everybody understand the concept of skimming and scanning?
Yes, teacher.
For me, no, teacher.
No, teacher.
No. Okay. Anybody say no? Skim, to skim, the verb to skim, remember, is a verb. What we were doing first, to skim, when you look for general information, the idea about the reading, that's to skim. You need to skim the document. Tell me what it's about. To scan, when you need specific information, right? Like making questions about this, or names, numbers, etc. Remember, to skim is general, easy, general information. To scan is for specific information.
Okay, teacher.
Yes? General, specific,
Teacher.
right?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
How can I apply it when I say I'm going to read skimming? Is right?
No.
How can I
Reading,
say it?
skimming or scanning is just activity. There's no translation.
Okay.
It's just activity that you do on the reading. But if a teacher or you are, that's what you do every day, but you don't know the name. You skim, okay, you get the newspaper, right? You grab the newspaper and you start reading all the news in general. Oh, somebody was dead in here. Oh, there was an accident here, but you don't read the whole news, right? Just the general information. But if you are looking for something specific, you go to the news and they start reading little by little, and you will look for the answer, right?
With some details, right?
Right, with more details about the answers. That's
Okay,
the
okay.
difference.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Okay, next exercise. Replace the underlined words in each question with the correct form of an expression from the block. These answers are here. You got it from here. You need to look for the underline. Of course, you should know what underline means. This is underline. So you have to do it in teams. You have this is the first exercise about vocabulary. And then you have this other exercise, but this is about reading the block again, and you have questions, specific questions. That should be scanning, right? When you have specific questions, it's scanning. What I told you at the beginning was skimming, to skim, to scan. There you have the difference. Like this one, have you ever done something to fool someone? How did it turn out? Or I hope you know this phrasal verb. What do you do if you are not moving forward on an assignment? Do you often have your attention interrupted by an email or phone calls? What kind of personality traits annoys you a lot? Do you ever decide on a time to finish something that's hard to achieve? Do you find it easy to make decisions about things? You have this information here in the blog. But for now, let's keep this exercise. See? So in teams, try to do D. That is more about questions about the block. Like what happened when the writer tried to multitask? Saying you find it here. You have to read it carefully, details. Same with the same second questions, same with the third question. 4 and 5. 4 and 5, 5 is about your opinion. What writer's opinion? Do you agree or disagree? So you're going to do this exercise, don't forget. It's 5:40 right now, so we still have a few minutes. Yes? Yes? Is the exercise clear? ¿Está claro el ejercicio? Esta información específica la van a encontrar acá arriba. Questions?
No, teacher, it's okay.
Okay. Good. Let's try to do it in teams, please. Go ahead, please. Join the teams and be fast. Remember to check the document carefully, the block. All right, guys. How many of you are back? Let me see. Yeah, I think everybody. All right, first question. What happened when the writer tried to multitask? Okay, let's see one by one, one by one.
Police,
Gloria,
I'm
Gloria.
sorry. The people is stressful. The people is difficult for the people, and in sometimes it's
Embarrassing?
embarrassing because how do you say se puede equivocar?
Oh, because he could make mistakes.
Yes, the main
Well,
mistake when you send emails on WhatsApps one others.
okay. Anybody else have a different opinion? Remember what happened when the writer, the person who wrote the blog tried to multitask. What happened to him?
He had a mistake, teacher.
He made mistakes with the emails, right?
Yes,
And what happened?
yes.
How did he feel?
Oh, he felt very embarrassed. Embarrassing.
Embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
Yeah, embarrassed. Embarrassed. Or it's embarrassing. It's a different one. But if you use verb be,
Oh,
he was embarrassed. It was an embarrassing situation. Yeah, he felt like that, right? He tried to do it, but he made many mistakes with the emails, and he needed to apologize because he didn't attach something. Then he had to resend it again, and so that's why it's very important you focus when you do many things at the same time. Number two, what was the research the writer did? You have it here, the research.
About multitasking in your effort.
Multitasking.
About multitasking
Uh-huh.
in your effort and the people.
Yes, it could be. It says here, I did some thinking about all this and decided to do some research for myself, right? He did this research. These researchers are from other people. For 1 week, I would, like what you say, Gibran, I would make an effort not to multitask. So he stopped doing that, right? No multitasking for now. And during that week, he discovered two surprising things. The first one, what was the first one?
I made great progress.
Remember, if you are talking about him, you need to change the subject. He made great progress. Continue, Jasmine.
Okay. Yes, he made great progress on challenging projects. I stayed with
No,
each project when it got hard.
sorry, he stayed. Remember, you have to change the subject. He
Okay.
stayed.
Okay. He stayed with each project when I got hard,
Yes.
and it really made a difference. Now, I no longer avoid avoid both segments. I
Yeah,
don't get distracted
Mhm.
yes,
Remember, if you are talking
by other
about,
things.
Jasmine, if you're talking about somebody else, you know, it's a he,
Okay.
so you don't use I anymore. You're
He no
talking about
longer
somebody else, yes. He no longer avoids tough assignments. He doesn't get distracted by other things. Why? He doesn't, right?
yes.
And
Eh,
he finishes one job before he goes on to another. You need to use the third person.
okay, teacher.
Remember the singular. Yes.
Okay.
All right, cool. It's already 6:01. We will continue tomorrow. I have another class. They are waiting for me. We will continue tomorrow with the same exercise. All right. For now, we are done. We will continue next class. Tomorrow, if we don't finish this lesson, the exam is going to be the next time if we don't finish. All right. As soon as we finish, we
Okay,
have to make a review of unit 4, 5, and 6. You know, the review of all the units, and then we have to take the exam. Yes?
thank you,
Okay,
teacher.
guys, thank you. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
teacher.
See you next class. All right?
See you next class, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful
Bye,
evening.
teacher.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.